Today we're out here in the garden with our cabbages, and as you can see, they're being eaten up a little bit by cabbage bugs, lopers, and we're going to talk to you a bit about that today, about the bugs, and we're going to show you guys an easy, affordable method of how you can protect your cabbage crops from these pesky little insects. For starters, let's show you the damage and what these bugs look like. I just went through and picked them all off last night, I think, but these things are really hard to see. So don't be surprised if you came out here, picked off the worms, and then you come back and you find more, because they're green and they blend in with the leaves. So it's a bit of a difficult task to find them. But you'll know you have them whenever you see your leaves being shredded to pieces and you see all these spots and just the stems being left while the leaves are gone. You'll also notice in here that there is quite a bit of poop, and also there's some eggs in here. And so let me talk to you a little bit about the beginning signs of these pesky little critters while we look for one of them and show you guys what they look like. So if you're out in your garden and you see these beautiful little butterflies and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, like butterflies in my garden. Okay, so the butterflies are actually the ones who are laying the eggs on these plants, and that is what is producing your problem. So if you have, oh, there's one. Okay, let me show you guys what this looks like. So this is a cabbage loper. This is the worm. Let's see if it focuses. It's probably not going to, but it's just a green worm. It's really, like, you're really not going to see this. Some of them, they're obviously bigger. This is just a little one. We're just going to kill that because that's not good to have on our plants. So those little bugs, as you can see, will absolutely destroy your cabbage plants, and you really don't want that. So before we dive into this video and the build process, go through and pick off as many of the bugs that you can find. Now, I'm not really like big on like insecticides and stuff. I don't know if there's anything for this that you can treat your plants for, or if there's other ways you can get rid of this. I'm not totally sure. I'm also not saying that this method is going to get rid of your problem, but it's definitely going to limit the amount of bugs that go on your cabbage. So the whole thought process is when the white butterflies, the beautiful white butterflies that come into your garden, the whole thought process is that they're not going to be able to lay eggs anymore on your cabbages. Now, I am getting a late start to this because the butterflies have already came and left, and now we're just left with straggly old pieces of cabbage. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep anything else that might want to get in here and destroy cabbages off. So the thought process is I'm going to build a simple, cheap, affordable method of a cabbage cover that is just going to be removable and accessible to your cabbages, so you can come back, go through, look at your cabbage, pick off any bugs that you see. So let's get into this video and show you guys how to build one of these. So the way I plan on doing this is pretty simple. I'm going to make an arch type cover so that way we can lift it off and put it back on. And the whole point is to have the least entrances into your cabbages as possible. So I've got myself 2 pieces of fence, and I'm hoping that they cover this area pretty well. I've got them cut so they stake into the ground, and then from there we will overlap the entire fence with the most important ingredient for this whole project. Right here I have myself some tulle. Now this is very crucial. This literally only cost me $3.21 for, how much was it? 3 yards? 3 yards of this stuff. And so the whole point of this is that it's not like a fabric that is going to keep light out of your plants. It's also not a fabric that's going to keep water out of your plants. It's not too thick. It's just thin enough. As you can see, it's literally, this is it folded 2 over, but it's literally see-through. And so the holes are also so small that nothing can get into it. Now, the one concern I do have is that this might tear, but for $3, this literally, go pick this up at Walmart or your local craft store. This is cheap, it's very inexpensive, and this is just gonna be our main covering and our main ingredient for this whole project. So let's try to put this together, and I'll try to explain what I'm doing the best I can. So right here I have my cabbage plants all tucked in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to press down on this fencing. And we're going to pull it over to this other side. We're going to do the same thing over here. And so realistically, I probably could get away with a taller section of fence, but for the time being, this is what we have. And I'll probably fix this up a little bit later, but for right now, we're just gonna do what we have. I might be a little shy, but what I might do is keep this middle section. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll keep this middle section uncovered, and we'll just throw some tulle over it. Because as long as I have a good sturdy frame on the outer edge, it should be good. It should be good for everything else. Put it in like this. Hop over here. This piece looks like it's a little bit bigger than the other one. Which is kind of nice. Like I've said in previous videos of me being a constructioneer, I am not. I call myself a constructioneer for a reason, because I am nothing of the sorts good at this. I mean, clearly I measured wrong, but that's fine. You guys get the point. So you want to put down your fencing, and then as you go, lay out your tulle over top of all of the open spaces. That way there is no way a stinky little bug can get in here and destroy your cabbage plants like they were doing before. Tie it down however you please. I'm not gonna tell you how to do that much because I honestly don't know myself how I'm gonna do it quite yet. Because you don't want to rip the tulle, because it is very fine material and it will put holes in it easily. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But for right now, I think this looks pretty good. I would say tuck it down underneath all of the fence. Like, you know how you staked the fence down in the ground? Take that and put it in there, but I don't know how much I'd recommend that, simply because I'm scared of holes being ripped in it. To keep this weighed down, maybe get some bricks or rocks or something heavy to go along the outside. Instead of staking it down and putting holes in it, that might be the best method, because then you can uncover the tulle and you can get into your cabbage and assess the damage whenever need be. But you want to keep it down so it doesn't blow away in any storms or anything. So I'll leave that part up to you guys. But this is what the cabbage cover looks like. It's pretty simple, basic. This literally only cost me, like, I mean, if you're buying the fencing new, I don't know, under 20 bucks to build this. I don't really know how much fencing costs. But for this much fencing, I'm assuming it's under like 20 bucks. So simple, easy. We're all about permaculture and using what we have around here. So the tulle was just an extra thing. Shout out to my grandfather for coming in clutch with the extra tulle that I needed. And also for giving me this idea, because it was totally his in the first place, and I'm stealing it and I'm putting it on YouTube so you guys can learn more about this method as well, because it worked for him. I'm pretty sure it'll work for me too. But hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below and I will get back to you whenever I get a chance. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.